So, two Detroit teenage girls that was known for being runaways were missing for a month, and they was found safe, all because of a stolen credit card. And hey, let's break it down, courtesy of Channel 7 local news from Detroit, and let's really get down to the nitty gritty of it.
I'm hoping that they're safe.
George Ogden is visibly shaken. It's been 3 long weeks since his twin daughters ran away.
If they're not home, they're not safe. In the world that we're living in today, it's very unsafe. It's dangerous. And they 14-year-olds and these kids, they don't understand the dangers that's out here lurking for them.
Just 14 years old and 5 feet tall, twin sisters Anissa and Anaya Ogden were last seen on March 8th at their father's house on Robeson near Pickford on the city's west side.
George says his daughters were visiting their grandmother in River Rouge when they first ran away. He was able to get them back home, and then they took off again.
They came home for a day. I took them to school, and they left the same night. I never would have pegged them to just leave like that. As a father that's trying to raise their kids on his own, it's heartbreaking.
The ninth graders at Mumford High should be in school, being teenagers. Instead, their loved ones are left wondering where they are and who they're with.
If you have seen my kids, just please, tell them to come home. Tell them what they're doing out here is not right. And be kids, be teenagers, as long as you can be. The world we're living in is too unsafe to be trying to grow up too fast.
George Ogden begging Anissa and Anaya to please come home.
I love y'all. I never wanted this for y'all. And I just want y'all to come home, please. However you can come home. Whatever you gotta do, just get here, come home.
Anyone with information on the teens, please contact Detroit Police. On the city's west side, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.
So what you just saw was the day one of their disappearance when they took off from their grandmother's house in River Rouge, and it's a single father pleading for his daughters to come home safe or be found safe. And I know a lot of people gotta, off rip, the first thing they was criticizing the dad, like, how you not gonna watch your teenage daughters and blah blah blah, all this. It's like, hey, you take your kids to school and then they take off from the school. It's one scenario if somebody come and obviously say, hey, abduct them from the school or something like that. But when they like voluntarily go do something, not knowing ultimately what the consequences really could be for making such a bad action, it's crazy. But hey, let's continue to break it down. But thank God they was found safe. Usually these stories sometimes have a tragic ending. This one does not. But, let's continue and see, how this really worked out.
For weeks, police body cam shows the moments they were found at a hotel in Allen Park with a man who has a criminal past. But how this all unraveled is a wild story. The teens went missing in Detroit March 8th from their dad's home. They were found after a woman in Nebraska had her credit card stolen, and she called the Allen Park Hotel after it was used there. That leading investigators right to the girls. 7 Action News reporter Faraz Javed has more of that body cam of the recovery, and we're hearing from the woman who helped save the girls' lives.
And this is, I swear, like for about a week, I'd been telling them something bad was going to happen on Monday.
And Megan McQueen from Omaha, Nebraska was right. Sunday night, going into Monday morning, her daughter Abigail received an unexpected text on her cell phone that connected the family in Nebraska to this hotel in Allen Park, Michigan.
I was very concerned. I was confused, and I was on the phone with my boyfriend, and my boyfriend told me to go tell my mom.
Around 11:30 p.m., Abigail got this text from her bank, one of many messages showing that her debit card was used at several hotels, including in Allen Park. Megan immediately called the hotel and law enforcement.
It's after midnight at this point. And as I'm doing the police report with our officer, I get a phone call from the detective saying that they had the man in custody that had taken my daughter's debit card information.
But what unfolded next in Allen Park made everyone's heart
whoa, so this could have been so much worse. Thank God it wasn't. So, the court of public opinion, oh, this is all bad. I mean, it were like this is all bad. And let's say, just imagine all this came down to because a stolen credit card. And the thing is, like, with the stolen credit card thing is, this been going on since like the pandemic. This really got real with these swipers off the chain. And they being caught up because they be doing some crazy stuff, getting medical procedures done, taking trips, getting on cruises, flying, getting bus tickets, doing stuff that requires you can pay online, but you still need an ID to prove is you getting the services that was paid. So, oh my God, this is insane. I don't know. So the two dudes was 30 years old. They took one into custody. More likely, they took the one into custody because he's the one. The room was in his name, but don't mean prosecutors is not gonna try to come back and get his homeboy. That's going to happen. Now, this is bad. Like, I don't know. I think you'd have been in a like the news would have break up. Oh, he had a criminal record. I don't know. I think if you was a convicted felon, I don't know the guy would have been convicted of whatever. I don't know. I think you probably would just been better off being a convicted felon, getting caught with a DUI and maybe a firearm or something. Whoa, you getting caught, a grown man getting caught with one, two, 14-year-old girls that's missing, even though they runaways. Oh shit. Wow. Now usually like I'm a comedian talk all type of cash shit, I'll let y'all do that in the comments. I don't like this right here. It's so much stuff you can say about that, but like I said, this ain't about my opinion. Whatever I think doesn't really matter. Everybody got an opinion for something. But I would give you my opinion. I'm like, whoa, holy shit. This gotta be like, I mean, not alone, I mean, look, the legal system gonna play its way out, whatever. But oh, this shit gotta be super embarrassing. And then the lady said her car was something else. Is a few things in this I peeped out. Could have getting more in depth in this. But one I'm gonna bring up is like I said, the car was used in Miami, and they've been missing a week. So I know it's like, nah, he ain't take them out to the 305 and brought them back. Nah, but it's like seven different hotels. So now they got this is old clothes. Oh my God, this is. But hey, like I said, let's continue. There's more to it. It was found safe, but let's get it.
Art stop.
I'm talking to them. You can go to your car if you said you're going to your car. Okay. I'm going to talk to them. You can go to the front desk with him. Okay?
That's Allen Park police officer James Vandera's body cam footage. And he recognized these two juveniles who were found in the 30-year-old suspect's hotel room.
I know who you guys are. And I know who's looking for you. Okay? And we're going to have to solve that tonight.
They are 14-year-old twins from Detroit who ran away a month ago while visiting their grandmother in River Rouge. The twins were reunited with their dad right away, while the suspect, Marcus Peoples, has been charged with computer crime, credit card fraud, and harboring runaway children.
I just want you guys to know that your quick thinking,
Your quick response to do something about what seemed to be a stolen cart situation turned out to be saving two people's lives.
I was just so shocked. It just turned out to be so much more than I thought. I thought it was just my debit card.
Who knows where they would have been? I mean, as a parent, I'd be sick. I don't even know what I would do.
The investigation is ongoing as to how the teens connected with the suspect and how the suspect acquired Abigail's debit card. Meanwhile, in a statement, Allen Park Police Chief Christopher Egan says, "I'm extremely proud of these officers' professionalism and tenacity to follow through on a case working as a team that allowed them to observe these missing girls. Their quick actions may have prevented a more serious situation." For 7 Action News, I'm Faraz Javed.
So for now, the girls is back home safe with their dad, and it's about to get interesting because a lot of people even want to come at the dad stuff. Look, I don't care. Look, I don't want to try to criticize nobody unless they deserve it, but it can be constructive criticism. But at the times we live in now, stuff is way different. Wow, what really as a dad, how much can he really do? It's one thing if somebody kidnap your kids, but two, if they running away, you say, what did you suggest? He put the girls in counseling, put them in a girls' home. Because, I mean, he got to go to work, they got to go to school. And I'm saying, if you getting up as a day, as you getting up every day taking your kids to school, you take your kids to school, and then your kids are leaving the school, do you blame the school? How much blame do you actually put on the kids? Now, people say, oh, you're wrong. You're criticizing the kids. But, I mean, when they run away, at some point, you got to put some accountability to them. It's like, what? Do you secretly, at this point, do the dad need to put air tags in their book bags or in their clothes and their shoes so he can keep track of them? What really can he do? So, I mean, the next clip up is the dad's reaction. But I mean, like, I ain't say none of their names. I ain't say none of the dad's names, but all this been made public information. I'm gonna say, if you know this guy in somewhere else, if you can reach out and help this guy, cool. It's, hey, it's chaotic.
I have relief tonight now that they're back home. We first showed you the body cam video last night at 6. Allen Park police found the 14-year-old girls at a hotel with a man who allegedly used a stolen Tonight, their father is sharing his message to the strangers who saved the day. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig.
Talk about a parent's agony. These girls were missing from their home here in Detroit for a month. Their father now so thankful to the strangers all the way in Nebraska who helped bring them home.
I really appreciate that.
George Ogden watching the story my colleague Faraz Javed did Wednesday with Megan McQuain and her daughter Abigail, 2 complete strangers living all the way in Nebraska who helped police locate his missing 14-year-old twin daughters. What would you say to those women, that mother and daughter in Nebraska?
Y'all angels, pure angels. And it's not a lot of people that think as fast as they did.
Late Sunday night, Abigail received a text from her bank that her debit card had been used here in Michigan at this motel in Allen Park. Within minutes, Allen Park police arrived thinking they were just zeroing in on a man involved in a stolen debit card caper. But then Officer James Vandera quickly realized it was so much more when he recognized the runaway twins who had been missing for a month.
I know who you guys are, and I know who's looking for you. Okay? And we're gonna have to solve that tonight.
I really appreciate the family for their quick thinking and actions. And also for Allen Park Police. Everybody was quick on their feet. And we need more of this these days.
It just turned out to be so much more than I thought. I thought it was just my debit card.
Who knows where they would have been? I mean, as a parent, I'd be sick. I don't even know what I would do.
George Ogden believes the man arrested at the motel for allegedly harboring runaway juveniles and credit card fraud had to know his girls were missing.
You can look at my kids and tell that they're 14 little girls. And he knew that, and I feel like he should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. I'm just thankful I got my kids back. They safe. I know where they are. They're not out here in the streets in harm's way.
How are the girls doing now?
One day at a time, what I can say right now. And I'm sure they're going to pull it through. We all going to pull it through as a family and just take it slow.
In Detroit, Kimberly.
And this it's another news clip that you can find. Like I said, it's public information. It's a little more to when one of the officers was talking to the girl on the staircase. Is a little more. It's probably about 10 more seconds to that conversation. And she actually responds to the officer. Then you can take it how her attitude was about the officer. The officer was talking to her like, "Hey, we rescue you. What's wrong with you?" And from her body language and stuff she was saying, look, I'm just tell you, see the clip, and then before you want to have something to say in public opinion on some stuff, but this is crazy. So who do we blame for this ultimately? Do you really blame the father? Look, I'm gonna be the harshest critic on anybody. Do I blame the father? No. 0%. No, I do not blame the father. I don't say the father should have did anything differently. I mean, he did what reasonably he could do. I mean, you want to know who I blame more than the father? Social media. Now, you want to know the crazy part is, as a guy, I'm 40. And like I said, when I was like 16, 17 in high school, early 2000s, not even 2000, like around that time. Look, I was walking to school, stuff like that. It was dudes probably in their 30s, mid 20s, 30s, coming there every day picking girls up. Like, this was the conversations in the lunchroom. You in there, I'm like, hey, try to talk to a girl, or we kicking at the lunchroom table, and she like, I'm waiting for my man to come get me, and da da da. I'm like, so it's, remember, this 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. Imagine how it is now with social media making it so easy to connect with somebody. We talk about back then, this was barely when you even had cell phones. Now, everybody and mama got a cell phone. You got kids in the 4th grade, they got a cell phone. Then the second enemy, social media. Making it so easy to contact with most anybody. And then, let's be real, there's some dudes out here that's like, when it comes to stuff like that, they on demon time. Ugh. And then you got the girls that want to be, So, wow. This is crazy. But like I said, if you know the dude personally, I mean, like, shout out to the ladies that's listening, to the two that might watch this video. If one of y'all can be like a role model or a mentor to them, letting them know like, hey, yo, chill, y'all going the wrong way. This ain't it. Family member of them, cousin, somebody, neighbor, somebody need to step in and get involved into their life. Let them know like, hey, this ain't what you want. But hey, like I said, you like the video, subscribe, leave what you want in the comments. But this some crazy shit, fam. You see this on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. You can find me on almost every social media platform. Not hard to link up with. Till the next time y'all see me.